How are you today? How have you been? Long time. It's been a long time here. And I'm super happy to be here today. I don't want to be so excited and say, oh, we're back here. You know, Becca Daily Live Stream is back. You know how I used to do it, how I used to say it. The last time I did this, I think that was a couple of weeks back. And I was all pumped up, excited, and I had told you, oh yeah, we're back to this daily live streaming. And then I did it for 2 days and I ran. So this time around, no promises, no promises whatsoever. So yeah, what are we talking about tonight? As you can see on the thumbnail and the title, what happened to Ayo? It's been a heartbreaking story. I think I've been seeing that story on my timeline for 2 days now. Consistently, I've been seeing it everywhere. People who knew him posted, people who do not know him posted about it as well. It's been a sad one. There is this thing that happens where you feel the pain of a tragedy, even though you're not directly involved or connected to it. Like the person isn't your friend, your family member, you do not know them, but you're human. And you've seen that story so much that's popped up on your timeline over and over and over that you cannot ignore it. You've seen it so much that you cannot ignore it. You just have to pay attention. You just have to wait and say, okay, who is this? What is going on? That's exactly what happened with me. So basically, I learned that Ayo was a photographer living in Lokoja Kogi State. And, he's very hardworking, diligent, very humble. I read a lot of things, a lot of tributes, about him, and I was just really touched. I was really touched because it's sad. It's sad how a promising young man would be unalived at their prime. It's so sad. And someone even specifically mentioned, not even someone, I think quite a number of persons mentioned how that he's very close with his mom, he's very helpful, but all of this now gone just like that. If you're just, hearing about this for the first time, I'll take you through the story and we can discuss thereafter. Hi Alexia, how you doing? What's up with you? So this person you're talking about, Ayo, was a photographer in Lokoja Kogi State, and according to the stories online, he was at his place of work as usual a few days back. While his colleague comes in, they work together. That his colleague is Adebayo. Mr. Adebayo works with him, but he also works with the Nigerian Correctional Center, that's prison. So he saw him working there alone around late afternoon, and he asked him to come help him do something outside. So while Ayo stood up, left his things to come help his colleague, the colleague picked up, or I think he actually came with an iron rod, a long iron rod. So he held it tightly, stood behind him and struck him with it. And that was how I think he became lifeless. And Mr. Adebayo picked him up and actually put him in a deep freezer, like a freezer, a refrigerator. He brought it, it was behind his car. So he picked it up and put him, he pulled up the boy and put him in that deep freezer at the back of his Hilux. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the story of a young man whose life was cut short in Nigeria. Yeah, so it's justice for Ayo. I'm adding my voice, lending my voice to to the movement. You know, Ayo is gone, but at least people who are alive can speak about it and ensure that he gets justice. So he did that, you know, after dragging the poor boy to the lifeless body into that deep freezer, putting him behind his hillocks. He then realized that apparently Ayo was not alone at work that day. He was not the only one in the building. He thought he was alone with Ayo. He never knew that there was another person in that office. There was another colleague of his. As soon as he realized, he quickly locked the door. He locked that colleague in there and drove off with Ayo's body. So fortunately for that other colleague, he was able to quickly, you know, call for help. He made calls here and there. He made calls, and I think he was lucky enough to get the local vigilantes, that's local security in their area. So they came and they were able to unlock. They unlocked the door and got him out. While they were still there, of course, there were traces of blood here and there. He was narrating the story to them. They saw Mr. Adebayo driving back. He was driving back with, let me even show you. I think I have pictures. Keep current, yeah. I have pictures of the young man whose life was cut short. Yes, this is the young man whose life was cut short. Very sad. Very, very, very sad. Such a sad, sad story. So while they were there, they saw the man driving back, the one who had, you know, unalived this promising young man here. And the boy said, yes, that's him coming back. Look at his hillocks. As soon as he realizes, you know, he realized that the people there have rescued the other one he's coming for. Who knows? Maybe, you know, he was coming to finish up what he started. He probably wants to come finish that boy up again, because at the end of the day, when he ran, when he saw the police, the vigilantes and the other boy that he left behind and ran, he realized that he realized that they were already chasing him. So he started running. He was driving. He was just driving around. So they hit him. In fact, they destroyed the car, but he ran. He ran away. He escaped. They weren't able to catch him at that point. However, they saw the deep freezer where he kept this boy's body, but it was empty. There was nothing there. There was nothing there at the point. It was honestly, Babs, it's so bad, too bad, too bad for this. I don't know this guy personally, but all the things I have seen, the story I have read, it's just so sad. It's so sad, honestly. Of course, he's dead. He died. He died. Initially people were asking questions because they didn't see his body. I think at the time they've not found his body. Even as at now, I'm not sure they found his body. So people were like, are you sure he died? But he most likely died because of the amount of blood that we saw and the fact that he kept him in a deep freezer. You know, you hit someone, the person is lifeless, then you picked up the person and you keep the person in a deep freezer. So, and I feel like it was premeditated. He planned it. He knew exactly what he wanted. He knew Ayo will be there by that time, so he planned it. He carried the deep freezer, you know, planned it, hit him with that iron rod and kept him in the freezer. Now the other question is, how is he able to, you know, to do all of these things? And then when they were chasing him, he escaped. The other story I got, you know, I think between yesterday and today, is the fact that they found him. They found Adebayo, the perpetrator, the person who did this to this very young, promising man. And by the time they found him, he was lifeless too. You know, in the picture that they showed, picture I saw online, I saw a picture of Sniper I saw sniper biscuits and something else, like I think Coke, a bottle of soda, I think. So he poisoned himself. And I also read online that allegedly he left a note, not explaining why he did what he did, but he was pleading that his son should not be exposed to what he did. He was concerned about his son, not being exposed to what he did. Interestingly, I learned his wife had left him, I think, a few weeks before the incident because of domestic violence. The wife left him and went to Abuja, and he has been by himself. So you can imagine how heartless people can be. A young man who is, building his career, trying his best to progress, supporting people where he can, supporting his mom. In fact, I read lots of things online and I was just teary at some point, because how can people be so heartless? How can someone be so heartless? To what end? Why would you do that? There are a lot of discussions online regarding why Adebayo did what he did. People are even suggesting maybe it's organ harvest. They say organ harvesting now is something in Nigeria. For him to even bring a deep freezer, although we didn't know the state of the deep freezer, if it was chilling or something, I don't know. But I mean, a deep freezer, and then he was coming back to pick the other person he left, that other colleague he locked in. Thank God. If not, he would have taken 2 people the same day. 2 people. Too bad. I think I have a picture of the person who did. Yeah, I think this is him. This is the suspect. But he has also unalived himself. Now he's gone too. And I feel pained because I feel like Ayo is not getting the justice that he deserved. Because this guy who is supposed to pay for what he did, who is supposed to explain why he did what he did, there should be a reason, there should be some sort of justification. You can't just unalive someone just like that for fun. Why will you just wake up and decide to unalive someone? So there should be some justification. You should say why. But no, he drank something, and in the note that he left behind, he didn't even allude to it. He didn't say anything as regards that. That's so sad. Some of the things I saw online really broke my heart. Someone said, Ayo, this is not true. So humble and very hardworking. So intentional about his hustle. I remember growing up in phase 2, how you keep saying I should use my daughter for my billboard. You're ready to do it for free. You are just on your own, and your mom, anytime she comes to our house, she's always singing your praise of how you helped her in her business. Now, how will she bear this pain? God, this killer will not go unpunished. Rest on, my dear hustler. Honestly, I keep thinking about that. Since I read about it, since I heard about it, I keep thinking about his mom. Because this is not the only person who has spoken about his mom. Several people. I've read a lot. In fact, someone said last week he saw him at the bank. He came to deposit some funds. Was it at the bank or at the hospital? Either at the bank or hospital. He was depositing about quarter of a million naira, and he was asking him, "Oh, what are you doing this for?" Oh, he was like, "It's for his mom." How will his mom feel? That this boy who has been so helpful, a boy who is supposed to keep growing, keep making her proud, and then be the one to bury her, and now she's the one going to bury him. And till now, I've not even heard if they eventually, recovered his body. It's so sad. Sometimes when we read stories like this online, it just makes us question humanity. how can you be so ruthless? How can you be so heartless, so inhuman, to kill another human? And it's not in self-defense or anything. You actually kill this person in cold blood, premeditated, planned. It's too sad. So sad. So sad. Each time I come across a story, I can't help but, just feel so sad about the whole thing. Someone even wrote something long which I would like to read out. Someone says, let's address this with clarity and compassion. Some people are quick to shout hypocrite when others post pictures or tributes of someone who has passed away. They say you didn't celebrate them when they were alive, so why now? But here is the truth. Life and death are two different conversations entirely. When someone is alive, celebrating them is a choice. Some people are private, some support from a distance, some love quietly. Not everyone posts everything they do, and that doesn't mean they didn't care. But when someone passes away, posting about them is not always about performance. Sometimes it's about grief. Sometimes it's about memories. Sometimes it's a way to say goodbye, to honor a moment, to show respect, or just to process the pain. Excuse me. So before you come online to label people or throw stones, understand this. Grief is personal. Love is expressed differently. And social media is not the full story. Stop assuming people are fake because they didn't do it the way you expected. Stop attacking those who are mourning in the best way they know how. If anything, what death should teach us is to be kinder, to stop being bitter, to mind our words, to spread love while people are here and still honor them when they are gone. You don't know people's private sacrifices. You don't know the calls they made. You don't know the support they gave in silence. So please, let people grieve in peace. This life is not a competition of who mourned loudest. It's a reminder to live better, love harder, and judge less. Justice for Ayo. Hi, Ashtiman. Of course I remember you. How are you today? How have you been? So you know why this person wrote this thing? Like I said earlier, I've been coming across this story since 2 days now. Anywhere I go, I'll see the story. I entered TikTok, it's there. I entered Facebook. After every 3 scrolls, I would see it. And let me put it to you, about 90% of those posts were made by people who didn't even know him. People who have never met him, they've never worked with him. But the story just touches you in such a way that you want to contribute to the conversation. It's really saddening, honestly. So this person is addressing those who will always come out, because it has become a tradition. They will always come out to counter people who are mourning those who have passed away. They keep saying, oh, when this person was alive, did you post him? If you had posted this person when he was alive, he probably would have blown, would have been better. Now he's dead and gone, you can't see these things, but you post about him. And that's what this person is addressing here. That you should do your own. If you don't want to post about him, then don't post. If you want to post that you're posting or you're not posting, doesn't give you the liberty or the moral compass to now tell other people what to do or how to mourn. You just keep saying, oh, people don't have to post because they didn't know the person personally, or they didn't post, they've never posted about the person before they are dead. Maybe they never knew the person. They never met the person, like in the case of Ayo. A lot of people who heard the story were just sad, including myself. I kept looking at the picture and I'm like, I know this face, but of course I don't. It's because I have seen it a whole lot these past days. That's why I thought that I knew him. I don't know him from nowhere. I've never seen him before. Imagine someone coming here now to say, oh, Rebecca, why are you making a story about him? When he was alive, did you make a story about him? That would be unfair. That would be unfair to me as a person and to any other person who is affected in this kind of thing. So finally, what I would love to say to people here today is that we should, at every opportunity that we get, every opportunity that we find, lend our voice to humanity. When we see something unjust being done, it's part of social impacts to lend our voices to say, no, we do not support this. No, do not do this. You know, it's just, it just helps humanity. They say justice for one will be justice for all, right? Because injustice against one should be injustice against all. If something happens and then we just keep turning the other way, like, it's not my business, because it has not touched you, because it hasn't reached you, so you can't feel it, you don't care. That's what it is. You don't care. Because if this person were your sibling, if they were your friend, you would fight for them. You'd be the one to push the story, to tell people to support and all that. But because you believe, I beg, his family members should do it, his friends should do it, his colleagues are there, then you don't do anything. It's not okay. It's not okay at all. At all, it's not okay. So at every point, we find ourselves being able to contribute to something like this, like justice for a reasonable cause as this. We shouldn't shy away. We shouldn't say, I don't want people to say that, why am I mentioning this now? Why am I saying it because other people are saying it? I'm just following the crowd. Let them say. Your intention is what should set you apart. Do you understand? Your intention, why you're doing it, is what would set you apart. Not what you're thinking or what they will say. It's what you're thinking, why you're doing it, and what you will say. That's what it should be. Honestly, let's make the world a better place. Ayo is gone. We are here. And we don't know what will happen the very next minute. Anytime I hear about death, someone dying, it just reminds me, that we are all going to die. Nobody's leaving this world alive. If Jesus tarries, no one is going to leave this world alive. People will die. And you don't know what will happen in the very next minute. People who died today had plans. They had plans for their life. They had plans. I'm sure Ayo had plans. There were things he wanted to do. He had planned. I think I even read online. I read where a friend wrote that, what about all the things they said they were going to do together? So he had plans. He had plans for this month, for this year, maybe for the next 10 years. He knows exactly what he's going to do. What next? He probably planned, okay, next year I'm finishing my master's, then I'll do a PhD. Okay, I'm establishing my own media outfit. I'm getting married. He had plans, but look at him. Just like that. Not an accident. Not sickness. Someone just enters an office and hit him. That's too sad. Too bad. Such a sad story, honestly. And that's one thing I want to leave with us today. That whatever we do, we should always have it in mind. Always remember, I think we know it, but we should always remember that we'll leave this world. We'll not stay here forever. Even when we grow old, as we pray to, we grow old, 80, 100, we'll still leave this world. What we will leave behind is what truly matters. What we are doing with our lives currently is what people remember us for. You can say, I want people to remember me for ABC, or your life says otherwise. You don't get to dictate what people remember you for. It's your actions that would speak. It's your actions, your deeds, your behavior, the things you did, the lives you impacted, that people will remember you with. So let's be more intentional. Let's live life, right now, the way we would love to be remembered when we're gone. And let us not live life like we have control of everything we can do and undo. No, death is just such a reminder of the inevitability of the concept of death, and how we all should remain humble and intentional and live in peace as much as we can. We should live in peace with our neighbors, with our family members, our colleagues. Not every time you're always angry. There are some persons, they are never happy. They're always sad, and I just look at them like, this life is not that hard now. You're always sad. Everything, you just tie to your chest like this. What's happening? Be coming down. You're always so harsh. Always making things difficult. Never an easy time. Never a time where you relax. Oh my God. Please, let's do better as humans. Honestly, let's do better as humans, and may God Almighty keep shielding us away from evil. May God Almighty keep the family of Ayo, the people he left behind. May God give his mom the fortitude to bear the loss. May God be with his siblings if he had any, his friends. May God comfort them, his colleagues, and that one witness, that one person who witnessed that scenario. Oh my God, I'm sure that person will be traumatized for a long time, if not forever. Excuse me. That person will be traumatized for a long time. So it's my prayer that everything ends well with that person, that they go on to live a good life. I pray that we all will also receive the strength to live good lives, exemplary lives, lives that we will be proud of always, and lives that will teach people to be better, not life that would make people be the worst versions of themselves. There are people like that. The way they behave, the way they do things, it will just bring out the worst in people. They are like that. They can't do better. Well, it's not like they can't do better, but they've chosen not to do better. They've chosen not to be good. They could be good, but they've chosen to be terrible people. Their energy is always negative. When they enter a space, they're always radiating negative energy. And there are some persons whose energies are awesome, positive energy. When they enter a room, they just light up the room. That's the kind of person you should strive to be. You should try to be someone with positive energy, someone who lightens up the world of other people, someone who encourages, who motivates others, who make others see the good in the world and do better and be good and be better versions of themselves, not say things or do things that will make people be terrible, want to retaliate, want to do terrible things. I bet you don't want to be with someone whose energy is just off, just crazy. Hi Kelechi, how are you today? How is Nigeria? How is Nigeria treating you and me? How's Nigeria treating us? You know, I have people like this around me, people with positive energy, that when I'm down and I see them or the entire room, oh my God, I don't have a choice. Like, I won't even know when I will start smiling. I'll just start smiling. They'll just make my day better. And I also know people that when I am around them or they're around me, oh my God, I want to get away because their energy is rubbing off and it's negative energy. It's negative energy. They'll just drain me. Anytime I interact with them, I feel frustrated afterwards. I feel drained. I feel tired. Like I've worked a whole month. It's psychological, I get it. But it affects the physical because you feel the tiredness. You feel it. You will feel it in flesh. So, as I'm saying this to you, I'm also saying it to myself. I should try to radiate more positive energy than negative. Because we are not heroes in everyone's stories. There are people that will look at me and say, oh wow, I like Becca. And I'm sure there are persons that will look at me and say, oh Becca, I don't know. I try my best to radiate positivity. And I cannot help everybody. You know, I don't sell ice cream, but I try my best. I try my best. Let's try our best. I'm encouraging you. Let's be better. Let's do better. It doesn't cost a thing. Being good won't cost you extra. In fact, it will even help you too. Because you're not holding the world up in your chest. Before you know, your chest will just blow up. So just blow. That kind of thing. Well, it's been such an amazing evening with you all. I'm happy to have come live today. You know, I wanted to come live yesterday and I just couldn't. I wanted to come live with this story, but I couldn't, so here we are. Kelechi says, I've been cool. I heard the news of this guy earlier today. I fell in love with him immediately, but when I read the caption of the WhatsApp status, it wasn't sweet. God have mercy on us. Honestly, I don't know him from anywhere. It's from the news. I saw it on Instagram, I saw it on Twitter, I saw it on TikTok, then on Facebook. Like, after every two stories, if you just scroll 1, 2, you see the post that's who is this guy? And I started reading the story. It's so sad. It's so sad. And I'm putting myself in the shoes of his, say, siblings or his friend. Like, it's so sad. The way and manner in which life dealt with him, it's so sad. Not sick, not an accident, just in your office, doing your work, your legit legal work, and then the devil will use your colleague like that. And then the colleague, while we are all shouting justice for Ayo, justice for Ayo, then the colleague also unalived himself. So what are we talking about? So you unalive this young man for what? Oh, it's so sad. I've been looking at his pictures since 2 days now, and I'm thinking, I know this young man. I know him. I know this face. I went to his Facebook profile. Eventually, I saw someone who posted his link, so I clicked on it, and I went to check. We don't even have even a single mutual friend we don't have. So I don't know him. But because I have seen his face over and over in the news. And I have read what people wrote about him. I felt so sad. So sad. He didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve that his life ends like this. Look at the beautiful memories he has been curating. Look at how hardworking he is. Look at the beautiful things his friends and colleagues are saying about him, of how he would encourage you to do your work, how he is also trying his best to do what he has to do, advancing his career and everything. And this is it. He stayed back at work to edit. He was working, editing with his colleagues, and then this happened. Honestly, it's so sad. It's not a good one at all. It's not a good one. So sad. Yes, he's a photographer. He's a photographer, a photojournalist, sort of. A photographer, a photojournalist. He does a lot of picture taking. I checked out his profile on Facebook and I saw all the things he has done. It's just sad, honestly. These are the kind of stories you read and you'd be so pissed. You would want to do something. You wish you had the superpower to bring him back to life, or to bring him from the dead. Because why? Why should an unproblematic person go just like that? Someone with a big future ahead of him. Why? No, it's too bad. And look at me, hoping that they'll catch this perpetrator, the person who unalived him, and then boom, I learned he committed suicide. Like, why? You are not allowed to commit suicide. They're supposed to chop you into pieces, and you explain why you did what you did first. Hi Tayo, good evening. Just joining. What happened to him? Oh, it's a story that has been trending for 2 days now. He was unalived. He was spied by one of his colleagues at his place of work. He was editing, with another colleague. And one of his colleagues came from outside and asked him to come help him do something outside. When he stepped out, he picked up, I think he came with the iron rod. He held the iron rod and hit him hard on the head. So he fell to the ground. He dragged him. In the pictures I saw blood, blood stains around. He dragged him and placed him in a deep freezer, which he had behind his hillocks. So it was planned. He knew what he was doing. And, they kept looking for the man. They posted his pictures and all that. And boom, they saw him at a local hotel where he has already taken sniper and unalived himself too. Like, how? It's just a sad story. It's a sad story, honestly. May his soul rest in peace. May his soul find rest. It's a sad one. But that's what we see. That's what we get when people feel like they can get away with anything. They can get away with anything. Oh, I'll do this and get away with it. Who's gonna do what to me? I read lots of stories like this, and what did he gain? Honestly, Kelechi, that's the question. But that's the question really, because we didn't get to hear from him. He unalived himself. I want to know why. Is he working for organ harvesters? Are they selling organs? Did the boy do something to him and is revenging, like he just wants to off him? Like, why? And it's not like self-defense or on the spur of the moment. He planned it. He planned it because he came to that place. He knew he was there, so he came back with a rod. And he came with a deep freezer to put him inside. Where did this happen in Nigeria? It's Lokoja Kogi State. Lokoja. Quite sad, honestly. Quite sad. No, it's not fair. Why him? If you want to, okay, now you killed yourself, so what's the point? Should have just taken only you out now, even though suicide is not an option. I would say, no, don't kill yourself. But at least it should be just you. It took someone else's happiness. It took someone who didn't go into an agreement with you that they want to leave this world now. It took him unaware. He didn't even have a chance to beg for his life. It's not like you kidnapped him and you tied him and he's begging you. He didn't see it coming. He trusted you. He came out and then, piam, you hit him. How is that fair? How is that okay? So inhuman, honestly. I feel so sad. It's so sad. So sad. You know, I see stories like this online and I just wonder what's going on. And I'm sure he couldn't face the shame. He couldn't face the pain. So he took the easy way out. Because that's exactly what he did. He took the easy way out. I can imagine the dreams and all that he planned to achieve, young and creative too. But honestly, even some of his friends were raising the point. They said, they had plans to do this. So who would they do that with now? He had dreams. He had a whole life ahead of him. He was building his career brick by brick. And then somebody just stood up from somewhere and ended it. Like he was one who gave him that life. Like he had the permission to do that. Like he gave him and he could take it. Like it's so sad. And when you arrest them, when people do things like this and you arrest them, they'll not be doing pity face. They'll not be claiming they have mental issues. Are you okay? They'll be claiming they have mental issues. They'll not be misbehaving. They'll not be hiring the best lawyers in town. Their families will be supporting them and be defending them. I want to get them out of prison. How is that fair to the person whose life was cut short? How? Did the person get a chance? No, the person didn't get a chance. You took the person just like that. And now you want to live a good life. How? It's just sad, honestly. Just so sad. So sad. I wish they found him and he was probably still breathing and they rushed him to the hospital. Like when I read it, I was just thinking about possible scenarios. Okay, maybe the boy did not die. Maybe they found him. Like when he came back, you know, maybe he was still in the freezer, and then when they caught up with him, they removed him from the freezer and rescued him. You know, all sort of things. But no, we didn't hear anything like that, and it's just quite sad for a boy who was just minding his business, doing the work that pays him, building his career, you know, working towards a particular future. And just like that, in the twinkle of an eye, gone. Quite sad. Quite sad. And now the person who is supposed to suffer for that is also gone. The only way he would get justice, because I feel like the person who did that thing did not act alone. He had accomplices. So, and sometimes another theory is that maybe the man did not even unalive himself. Maybe it's the other people involved that said, okay, you know what, now that your picture is everywhere, we cannot allow you get caught and then you go mention our names, then they just remove him. Very possible, no? That's a theory though. So, unless there's some sort of investigation where they get to the root cause of this and then they get the people who are involved, apart from the main guy who did the act, then it's most likely Ayo isn't getting justice. But if he must get justice, then the other people will have to be arrested. Proper investigation will have to be conducted. We find ourselves in terrible situations. because this is just a sad story for real. Oh my, I still have some water here. So I drink from this bottle because I need to measure. Is it measure now? No, monitor. I need to monitor my water intake, my daily water intake. This is 2 liters. This is 2 liters. So at least if I finish it in a day, then I drink some more, it means I've done 2 liters plus. My goal is at least 2, the maximum of 3, so I don't overdo it. At least 2, maximum of 3. Water is life. Let's keep drinking water and minding our businesses. May God help us. Okay, so I'll be leaving here in 14 minutes because I didn't plan to do more than an hour here. Please online with me. Please here. Let me see you chat in the comment. Let's talk. I've missed coming here every day and discussing. Who watches Big Brother Niger? There was a time when I used to post about Big Brother Niger. In fact, I think I was having about just 300 subscribers on YouTube when Big Brother Niger, what season was that? I think it was that was 2001. Yeah, 2001, that would be what season? 2005 is season 10. 4. There was All Stars, then there was 9, then there was 8. I think season 7 or season 8. That's season 7 or season 8, 2021 or 2022. I had only 300 subscribers, but I came live like this and I was streaming Big Brother Niger. Over 2,000 people joined my live stream. Over 2,000 people joined my live stream, and in order to make them subscribe, I limited those who could drop comments on the live video to only those who have subscribed. So everybody was just subscribing. That night alone, I got over 2,000 subscribers. So of course, after then, I posted a few shorts, and I think I did a few live streams again. People joined. It was massive. I remember that first day I had 39k views. It's the highest I've ever gotten on my channel. And boom, I stopped posting about Big Brother Niger. And I won't even lie to you, yeah, it's actually hurt my channel because more than half of those on here on my channel are people who watch reality TV shows. They joined specifically because of Big Brother Niger, and it means they would watch Big Brother Niger and similar shows, And then I stopped posting about that, and I continued posting about books, about personal development, about students and all that. And I'll just see that my views are getting lower every day. So yes, I want to experiment something. Big Brother Niger is coming back tomorrow. It's starting for the year tomorrow. I want to live stream and I want to post content on Big Brother Niger. I want to see if it's YouTube shadow banning my page, or truly the concept of people subscribing to your channel because of a kind of content and you posting another kind of content. That's why they don't watch. Whether it works, I want to check that concept, whether it works, because people say it a lot of YouTubers on here that teach about making it on YouTube say it a lot. People, which makes sense, like it makes sense theoretically, right? theoretically it makes sense. Like I joined, you narrated the story, and I love how you narrated the story, so I subscribed. Then the next day, you're posting about football. Who told you I love football? Then the other day again, football. Who told you I love football? So I'll stop watching your videos, basically, because I don't like football. I don't watch football. What's my business with football? I just want to see stories. Stories alone. So, theoretically, that makes sense. So, I want to try it out. So, since Big Brother is starting tomorrow, it's an opportunity for me to try out my theory. And I'm going to do that, for real. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh my. I feel so. Oh, so tired. Have you ever gotten exhausted from talking? Like just sitting and speaking and then you're exhausted, so you're tired. That's what I feel right now. Like I didn't do anything strenuous. But I'm just exhausted. Interesting. I was checking the top fans list. I can see every single one of you. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for coming online. I really do appreciate you. There's lights and I've not been charging my phone. Can you imagine? It's not like I have a full battery. And I won't what this is. Can you imagine? Ooh. Thank you, Jesus. I feel glad that I was able to come live today to do this. Because I had it in mind to do quite a number of things and I've not done them. But tonight, I'm proud of myself because before I even came live, there was something else I needed to do. And I did it. And now I came on myself. Double ticks. Pew, pew. I'm proud of myself. Proud of myself. But I did that. Alright. I'm just killing time because I actually want to hit the 1 hour being here. I don't want it to be like 1 hour at all. That's why I'm doing all of these things that I'm doing. That's what I'm doing this. Oh my. Who is here with me? It's been a long night. A long night. Hi, not so random. How are you doing? I hope you'll be here tomorrow when I'll be streaming Big Brother. Big Brother. Can't wait. You know how I'm feeling this evening. I'm feeling excited. You know how you plan to do something and then you've been postponing, procrastinating, and then boom, you get to do it. That's exactly how I'm feeling. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. So I feel good. happy. I feel happy. I wanted to test what it would look like if I had the background, and then I'm putting off my camera. So it literally removed everything. Okay, so the camera controls. Oh, tired of this hair. By Tuesday, I'll go have it removed. It will be 2 weeks by then, yeah. 2 weeks next Tuesday. I've tried. My locks are getting longer every day. Don't you think? It used to be here, like literally like this. In fact, when I see the picture when I started, I'll just laugh. It felt like it was never going to grow. It was so small, like this. Then it's like grow. I remember when it was here like a fringe. It was so cool, so short. I remember my friend would laugh at me. But when is your hair ever gonna grow? But look at me now. I hate when I add accessories and then they are going black. There's some accessories that will just go black. These days I don't even mind. I'm gonna wear them like that. I'm gonna wear the accessories like that. If you like go black, if you like go black, I'm gonna wear it like that. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. The torch. I always forget that there is this option of the torch to make your face smoother. I just did. I hope it worked. It clears my head and my mind when I come here to do a live stream. And this live stream is ending in 2 minutes. And I'm super grateful for those who joined and had conversations with me. It's lovely. It's lovely. Being here. Oh my. It's because I started late. I wanted to be here at 9 to 10 for 1 hour. Then I scheduled it for 9:30. I said, okay, let me do 9:30 to 10:30. Then something else, crawled into the time. And I only started this around 9:45, thereabout. So, which is why it is what it is. Oh my. I was here. Started pause, start Q&A. Chat view. Community moderation. Live chat is on. Live chat summary is on, but it's still made. We can send messages. Yeah, limit is also people who you have approved. So if a certain amount of time can participate. Okay. So I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be here. I think I'll come live twice. I want to. It's either I do a live to review the movie by Kemi Adetiba, To Kill a Monkey, or if I have the time, I shoot a normal video and post it. I don't know which one would work better. But let's see how it goes. I'll just do a live stream. At least that one I won't have to edit the video, because editing takes time and that's what delays me most times. So I'll just come here straight up, see what I have to say. And then that'll be it. Afterwards, then we'll do Big Brother Niger. I hope they'll bring interesting characters one can actually tell stories about. So that's what I want to do. I want to analyze relationships, situationships, friendships. That's what I want to analyze. And people's strategy, people's strength. Who is doing what? Who is sabotaging other people's effort? Who is God's strategy? Who is more tactical? That's what we're going to be doing here. And I love doing stuff like that because it gives you insight into human life, the dynamics of human being. So it helps you to understand humans better. Keeping people in a space is like a social experiment. So I'm taking the Big Brother Niger analysis from the angle of a social experiment. Humans interacting, sabotaging themselves, falling in love, falling out of love, and all that, fighting, communing. I love those, and I hope I'll see you there. So it's been lovely coming online. I'll see you tomorrow. Be here when I'm here.